Welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And this is the podcast where we tell each other stories.
And also you're here.
Wow. Hello. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy winter. Good solstice. I don't know.
Christmas Hana Kwanzaa, I think is what the... Yeah, happy holidays. We're excited to be here with you.
Another year. What is really weird is now that we have a year, I can remember back to when we were recording around like the holiday season last year, which was very fun. The only thing that's coming up is that you did a story about apple cider trees.
That's true.
Yeah, I really love that story. It was very quaint. It's cozy.
Thanks. We're also coming up on the anniversary of that time that I was trapped in Mexico for a week.
Oh my god, we totally are.
Wow, memories.
What a nightmare. But this won't be. Welcome to the podcast.
If you can get my money back from American Airlines, shoot me an email.
Oh my god, are you a lawyer that works specifically for people suing American Airlines? Call Max.
Call me. Here's my number. 911. Hello, can I please speak to Max about American Airlines?
So, this podcast is not for children right off the bat. Once again, stop letting your children listen to us. We're not highbrow or educational, nor are we... I was about to say funny.
Nor are we funny or cute. We need to be put in our place.
Tell
This
us
behavior
we're
is
bad
unacceptable.
girls. Go on, tell us.
Please don't. I'll fight you.
Max and I have opposite reactions to negative feedback. I like it.
What's new? Janey, you got a haircut and it looks great.
Oh, thank you.
For all you folks at home who aren't looking at Janey's haircut, trust me,
So
it looks
cute.
great.
Okay, so first I told my students I'm gonna get my hair cut, and there were tears. They were like, "No, don't do it." A little boy was like, "Hey, don't do that." Just don't cut your... How short? Don't do it. And I was like, you're in 3rd grade. You don't get to tell me not to cut my hair. And I only took off like 2 inches, so it's fine. But they're very attached to the long hair. Then I went
It's still long hair.
It is still long hair. It was just... It's no longer mermaid hair covering my boobs because I took away all those ratty dead ends. But I went in, and the guy that was cutting it is from Spain and moved here from LA with his husband. And had the personality of exactly what I just said. Like, he's like it was like I was getting my hair cut by like a Hallmark character. He was wearing a Christmas hat and a tight black t-shirt. Oh my god. And by Christmas hat, I mean a Santa hat.
A Christmas hat. And he was wearing, you know how you have a tiny Christmas tree that you put on top of your head? And then you lash it under your chin?
Yeah. Christmas hat.
Christmas hat.
And he took me in the back and he was like, so what are we doing? Please tell me that we're not cutting off this long hair. Hey, don't cut this long hair. Please don't make me do that. And I was like, well, I'm here for a haircut. Also, just like 2 inches. He's like, okay, good. Because I was going to say. And I was like, you and my students, they pay you? At one point, he brought out a bedazzled Dyson Airwrap. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And he went, I know it's so LA. It is so LA, and so are you. I feel very fancy right now.
Very LA.
Yeah, LA. So LA. You know, people from LA. Pretty cool. And that's the whole story of my haircut that nobody needed to know, but it's what happened to me today.
It's a golf clap.
Yeah, thank you. Max, I have the longest story in the history of the world.
Yes. For once, we consulted each other before this, and I knew Janey had a long story, so I have a little tiny itty-bitty baby one for you guys at the very end.
Yeah, it's going to be like a little cherry on top that I won't be able to eat because I'm allergic to them. Should I leave?
Probably.
Okay, cool. We'll decide that at the very end. Yeah. Should we just get started?
Oh, I have a poll that I want to put out to the listeners.
Is it a North Pole? Christmas is
How about
over,
you
Max.
get off my pole,
Get
Janey.
over it. Never.
Poll, I keep telling people about this podcast that I do because I'm that person in real life, which is hugely disappointing to me and everyone around me. But I keep telling people about this podcast and they keep being like, oh, Sword of the Story? Like a sword and shield? And I'm like, no, sort of.
Oh, we should do Sword in the Stone and call that episode Sword of the Story. Brilliant.
Anyways, Janey isn't in on this, but should we change the name of the podcast to Sword of the Story?
I should have been consulted way before we started recording. You know them, Max. My new mic's name is Saint Olga of Kiev, patron saint of vengeance, because I'm not allowed to change it. You give them one little suggestion, and then it's just your personality. I love her. And I'm fine with it. But the answer for them is going to be yes.
Well, we have to decide in the next 24 hours from when we're recording this, and this episode is released in 2 weeks. So I'm afraid you guys are going to miss out on the polling, but...
Join the Discord in the past. Oh, yeah. But hey, really quick. So put on our business
Real
hats
talk.
here.
Listen.
We have a Discord, and it's free. So I guess it's not a business plug. You want to hang out with us? Do it, you dork.
It's severe. It's very important and necessary that you join us on the Discord so that I can send everyone dumb pictures that I find online.
The links to the Discord and our Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and our Goodreads and our bookshop.org affiliate account and everything else you could possibly want to communicate with us about is on our website, www.swordofthestory.com.
Should we go ahead and buy Sword of the Story?
Rolls off the tongue to me.
That's how I found out this week that I have like some kind of accent. Is because no matter how many times I said it, people were like, Sword of the Story? No, Sword of the Story.
Sword of the Story.
Sword of the Story?
Sort of.
Sort of.
My mom says sword, and I said sword up until my 20s, and then I got aggressively bullied for it, which I guess I wasn't saying the word sword a lot before then.
Why?
Got it. I don't know. I didn't
That
talk
feels
about
like a bigger
swords
issue.
a lot. But yeah, sword. She said salmon, but that's not her fault. My grandmother was Filipino. She was from Antipolo, and she said both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom learned both of those things, and then I said it. Oh, Max learned how to whittle, and she made me the tiniest, shiniest little boy.
He's a hummingbird, to be clear. They can't see
No,
what
a
you're
tiny
holding. It sounds like a
boyfriend.
little boy.
She gave me a little boyfriend. He's
Yeah.
tiny and he's shiny and he's all mine.
We can put him on the Instagram, so if you guys want to see a little hummingbird that I whittled, I'll post it there.
Yes, we'll also put him on the Discord even before then. So everyone on the Discord got early access to this tiny, shiny little man.
Jeannie's new tiny boyfriend.
New, but not better. My real tiny boyfriend is the love of my life. It's
She doesn't have a real tiny boyfriend.
It's that guy from Fire Island, and I don't know his name. He's also in
from
that
the
show
movie
about
Fire
court.
Island.
The show about court and murder. Let's Get Away with Murder. He's from that show.
Oh yeah.
That's not it.
No, the other guy's from Let's Get Away with or How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh my god. I was like,
We have to start
was
recording
I
this
right?
episode.
I was like, oh shit, okay. Okay, goodbye. That's who I was talking about. The guy from How to Get Away with Murder.
Let's all learn how to get away with the crime of murder.
Let's all go to school to learn how to get away with the crime that is murder. I'm gonna make a
Murder?
new...
Question mark. Let's. Period.
Should I make a bunch of fake posters for that
Yes.
show?
Please.
Viola Davis, notice me! Okay. Woo, it's kind of a late night episode.
It's getting to a late night episode. We're drinking beers. I
It's
think that
8
classifies it as a late night
a.m.
episode.
PM. Okay, I'm going first.
Okay.
Goodbye!
Bye.
Okay, Max.
Oh, okay, Janey.
Max, okay. I am bringing to you today, in honor of the winter season. The only reason why I remembered that it was winter and close to New Year's is because you told me, and then I was like, shit, I should get one with snow in it. This was the only snowy story I knew, so here we go. Welcome to me finally covering East of the Sun, West of the Moon.
You have a picture in your notes, and it's really pretty, and it reminds me of Balto 2.
It kind of does, yeah.
Specifically
I
Balto 2.
completely see that. Okay, so this picture that Max is referring to is one of the illustrations in the book specifically illustrated by Kay Nielsen. So this is a Norwegian story, and for a very long time it was only available in Norse, and so they were like, we need to translate this, and Kay Nielsen illustrated the English version, like the English book version. The story itself first appeared in Andrew Lang's Blue Fairy book. It was the very first one.
I didn't know that East of the Sun and West of the Moon was Norwegian.
Yeah, and I think it kind of, you can tell. There's a lot about it, and I've always thought that you could tell, but I also didn't know it was specifically from Norway, but like, you're going to see some themes that you're going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I have never heard this story before, I don't think. But
You've
also,
heard a very similar story, I know for a fact.
yeah,
So.
probably. But also based on the title, I think based on the title alone and my own presupposed bias, I assumed it was a Native American story.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Like the directions and the sun and the moon, yeah, 100%. I guess that's the whole title. The directions and the sun and the moon. Okay, well, we're just gonna get started. There once was a poor man who had so many children he could barely feed or clothe them. And they were all super hot, though, so don't worry. All of these kids were like the hottest kids anyone ever seen. But the hottest child was the youngest one, and we're all fine with that. That's okay, and we think that's great because we continue to publish this story.
Yeah, and it's also canon that they are all scantily clad. Which is
100%! Woo! These are some hot kids.
Cool.
So one evening, a Thursday, which the story felt was very important to add, one Thursday evening, the weather was rough and wild outside, and the snow fell in thick sheets of white. Side note, I got most of this story from the free version on Project Gutenberg because it's the most in-depth one I could find.
Big thanks to Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg, thank you. And also R.I.P. Kirstie Alley. Like, I'm gonna cry. Okay, go watch It Takes Two, the Olsen twins movie. Thank you very much.
And also Scream Queens.
We need to watch It Takes Two.
Yeah, because we just watched Scream Queens.
Yeah, we watched Scream Queens, and now it's time to watch It Takes Two in honor of Kirstie Alley. We will never watch Cheers. Okay. So,
I watched Cheers.
We will never! Max, we're going to have to talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I got this from Project Gutenberg, Steve Gutenberg's side project outside of acting. And the versions that I have always read always said that it was snowing, but in the Kay Nielsen version, it says that it's raining and it's like a cold rain at the end of fall, which sounds more miserable than snow, but also it's wintertime and I'm taking creative license. So it's snowing. A thick sheet of white, powdery snow. The father was convinced that they were all going to freeze to death because they barely had any firewood left, and their kids are very scantily clad. Their children are wearing rags, but like sexy rags.
Yeah, like a swimsuit made out of dish rags.
Yeah, they're all wearing Dishrag Bikinis. Trademark. And so,
Band name.
Yeah. Oh my god, we are the Dishrag Bikinis. Woo.
Hell yeah.
So they're all huddled around the small fire, and they hear 3 taps on the window pane. The father opened the door, and he saw a big white bear.
Sure.
And the bear says, good evening, very politely. And the father says, oh, good evening to you, equally politely. He's not used to bears talking, but he is used to being polite.
Sure.
So he's like, oh, hello, back to you. And the bear says, oh, it's a cold night. And he's like, oh yeah, very cold night. Yeah. And the bear says, so can I have your youngest daughter? The dad's like, what? And he's like, oh, sorry. I said that all wrong. I even practiced this on the way up here. I don't want to just take your youngest daughter. No. That would be wildly irresponsible for you to agree to that. I want to pay you for your youngest daughter.
Sure.
Lots of money. I'll make you a rich, rich man. Just let me take your youngest daughter with me elsewhere.
Sure.
Yeah. So the man is like, oh, I don't know, let me ask. And so he tells the bear, hold please, and he closes the door, and he tells his daughter all about this, and she's like, no! What? Dad! No! I'm not going with a random bear that just came up. What do you mean? And
You
he's
just
like,
found a bear on our porch, and now you want me to leave with them?
So the man is like, he goes back outside and he says, oh, bear, bad news. She says no. And then he leans out and he goes, come back next Thursday. I'll work on her. And then the bear's like, okay. And then he walks away, bear pockets jingling full of coin, I assume.
Sure.
And so that's it. So all that week, the man nags his daughter, and he tells her she has the rare opportunity to make him so rich. Why is she being so selfish? And it wasn't like he was asking her to go off with a wild animal. Oh, wait. Yes, he was. So finally, after a couple of days of this, she gives up, or she decides she'd rather be eaten by a bear than spend another moment with her terrible fucking father.
Who keeps nagging her to go marry a bear?
Just to go with the bear. The bear wasn't even like, I want to make an honest woman of her. The bear was like, give me your youngest, hottest daughter, please. The hot one in the bikini made of dish rags. Yum, yum, yum. So she washes and mends her raggedy bikini. And she fixes her hair, and she prepares herself to be taken away by a big old bear. And she, like, the story is like, well, she didn't have much to pack, so, like, that was good. And so that next Thursday, yes?
I'm so sorry, I just have to interrupt. So what you're describing to me is that there is a big white bear in the middle of the winter riding around, and there's a hot woman
Yeah.
in a cloth bikini that's going to be riding him. All I'm saying is if she had a flaming sword, this would be the perfect airbrush for the side of a van. This is just like...
Oh, that's the perfect poster for Sword of the Story.
Oh, god damn it. Just like a hot...
We should have a metal album. Let's make a metal album called Sword of the Story.
Yes, done.
Done.
I just feel like...
I'm making this.
You know, like the 80s, like barbarian women from Mars.
Yes,
like,
I do.
You know,
oh, do I?
Yeah, exactly.
Sword of the
That's
Story.
exactly what I'm picturing right now.
Yeah, 100%. So on Thursday, the big white bear comes. I also put the white bear and then put a little trademark next to it because this story capitalizes and italicizes white bear as if that's his name.
Like a White Claw.
Yeah, white bear. And then so white bear trademark comes to fetch her. He tells her to climb onto his back and with her little suitcase, which is just like a bundle, but I think it's funnier to imagine it as a carry-on. And he tells her to hold on tight, Spider Monkey. And then I put another trademark. And after a while of riding, because they like just ride and ride and ride and ride and ride and ride, and they're just kind of quiet and she's enjoying the ride. I'm sure she's not. She's in rags and she's just like in the snow. And eventually, because he doesn't have any doors or windows because he's a bear, Max. So eventually he's like, are you afraid? And she says, no. And then they ride and ride and ride.
Sure. Good
the
to
rest
check in.
of the way in silence. Eventually, they come to a great steep hill. And the bear walks right up to the face of that hill and knocks, and a door opens. And they walk into the most beautiful place the girl had ever seen, which wasn't hard because she grew up in this weird little shack in the middle of the woods. The rooms gleamed with silver and gold. They were warm and toasty and glowing from firelight, and there was a huge table set up with food and drink, and the bear gave her a silver bell, which she was told she could ring if she ever wanted anything at all. And then I think he just, like, fucked off. Like, she was just, like, alone in this room.
He was barely even there.
Barely even there. Trademark.
I'm gonna make so many bear puns in this episode.
Yeah. So she eats and she drinks, and eventually she got really sleepy from her long journey, and she thinks like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed now. And so she doesn't know where to go, so she rings the bell. And she had barely rang it at all when she finds herself in another room. And it's just like a bedroom with this giant, beautiful, fluffy white bed. And it's already made up and ready to be slept in. It has silk pillowcases, which are great for your hair. And it has curtains all around the bed and gold fringe.
Which are great for your hair.
Which are great for your bear. She climbs into bed and she blows out the candle and she prepares to go to sleep. And she thinks to herself like, I thought this would be creepy, but it's not. What a relief. And then...
And then...
right after the lights go out, a man just walks into the room like he owns the place and climbs into bed with her. And she
I have heard a story like this before, I think.
Have you? Have you?
Yep.
Care to share?
The story of Eros and Psyche.
Yep, this is that. This is the origin. No, this isn't the origin. That's the origin of this one. So the story tells us that this was the bear who shed his bear skin at night, but we can only guess if she knew that or not, because the story didn't think it was important to tell us if she knew that was the bear. But even if it was, weird move to do on night one.
Also, sorry, this is just something I noted. This is just going to be a brief moment of, literary folklore criticism for me. In stories where it's like, oh, like, he can take off his bear skin and become a human, it's hard not to see the parallel to, like, Selkie stories where, like, women are,
Seals. Horrifying seals.
I was trying to think of a way to euphemize that.
Scare me. Not scare me.
They're seals, and then they can take off their seal skins and be like women. And then but every story about Selkies is about like a man taking a Selkie's seal skin so that she can't turn back into a seal and like capturing her into marriage. Whereas every story about a man who has like a wolf skin or a bear skin or something that he can take off is about like, oh,
now he
doesn't explain that to anyone, and now he just, like...
gets to go fuck. It's always about him going to fuck. Look, that's Hanch the Hedgehog. Hanch?
Hanch.
That's Hanch.
That's some little hedgehog haunches.
Hanch the Hedgehog is his very broy cousin.
Who never skips leg day.
Never. He wouldn't dare. He doesn't need a little rooster to ride on the back of.
Yeah.
He could just jump as far as he wants with his big old haunches.
Yeah, like Hans the Hedgehog, the Lindworm also, and like, what is it? Sigurd and
Sigmund?
Sigmund?
Yes.
Like all of the stories about like men in like a, animal disguise, kind of. It's like, oh, and then they, like, kidnap a woman and make them their wife, and then later they reveal that, oh, they're actually a man, and so it's okay.
But when a woman sheds it, she's vulnerable and is punished for it. I mean, look, you had the Frog Princess one. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Just a fun little note that I
write an essay.
Would like to note.
You are now in charge of writing an essay. Sort of the essay.
Sort of an essay.
Okay. So, regardless of it, she never sees his face. It was so dark, and they spend the night together. There's no information about this. And then before the morning light rises, he leaves. And this becomes their life. During the day, she'd eat and drink, explore the beautiful castle, ring the bell to have hot dogs delivered or something. I can't think of a single thing I would want. And then I don't even eat hot dogs. I don't even eat hot dogs. And then at night, she'd blow out the candle, and a random dude would hop into bed with her. And then as I was writing this, I was like, I started out thinking, this is so creepy. Everyone's going to agree. And by the time I got to the end, I was like, actually, this is kind of the life I want. All day, just exploring and eating and drinking, and I can ring a bell for anything. And then at night, a hot dude just comes in, and I don't have to talk to him. And then he leaves. I'm describing my dream life. Oh, literally, by the time I got it, I had to take a break to be like, what am I doing wrong? So eventually, though, she gets super lonely because the only person she has to talk to is a white bear who's sometimes not a bear anymore.
You were going to say, a white man.
A white man. No! Sometimes he's a hot man shape, but, like, that's the only thing that she has any, like, connection to. And so one day the bear asks her, like, why do you look so sad all the time? What are you lacking? And she's like, human interaction, I guess. I would love to go home and visit my family. I don't know what they're up to. They're probably all dead. Last time I saw them, they were all dying.
They were all dressed in swimsuits in the Norwegian winter.
They were all in bikinis, including the boys. Bottoms and tops. Bottoms and tops. Bottoms and tops. Shakes the bear. Bottoms and tops. White bear. Don't you understand? So she missed her mother and her siblings, and then I wrote, and fine, also her terrible dad because their brains are soft and stupid. The bear tells her, like, oh, no, sure, you can go see your family. Oh my god, yes, you can go see your family. Did I not say that before? Oh, so sorry. No, yeah, look, we can go anytime you want. And she's like, what? I've been here for months. What? And he's like, yeah, you're not a prisoner here. We can go anywhere you want. But then he says, but you must promise to never talk to your mom alone. You must promise to only talk to your mom if there are other people nearby. Because your mom's going to tell you it's not normal to live in a castle with only a white bear for company.
Only a white man?
No! And she's going to say it's creepy that a strange man that she's never seen climbs into her bed every night and leaves before it becomes light. She's going to think that's not normal.
This is an abuse tactic?
100%. He isolates her. He, like, makes sure that she doesn't have any outside connection. Then when she's like, I'm really lonely, he gaslights her into thinking that she could have said it the whole time and that she should have known that. Mm-hmm.
Especially, though, being like, hey, you probably shouldn't tell anyone because, like, they don't understand what we have going on.
100%.
That's isolation, and it is one of the trademarks of abuse.
Abuse.
Leave me alone.
Guys, be careful of abuse out there. You gotta watch out for abusers.
Hey, Janey.
Yeah? Is that not fun? Whoa, fucking ASMR us.
Cracking open a cold one with the abusers.
So story daisies didn't work and nobody liked you squishy dicks. What about the abusers? Let's try it out. I'm just waiting for a hashtag to go viral, man.
Cut the whole thing.
Yeah, whole none thing, of that. Literally not a single thing.
You know, I'm supposed to also cut this, what I'm about to say. But petition to rename spanking Abuse the Caboose.
Oh, that's one of the songs on our metal album. Abuse the Caboose.
Oh, Jesus.
People have asked us, like, what if for bonus content, like if you sign up on Patreon or whatever, which we don't have a Patreon, but what if you're like, you give us the unedited episodes and then they open it and This and like a million ums.
Isn't this worth $5 a month?
You tell us. Okay, so she agrees. And on a Sunday, and I really appreciate it, the book does not let us go anywhere without knowing what day of the week it was. It really grounds the story. Now I feel like I'm there. So it's a Sunday, and the bear tells her to hold on tight, Spider Monkey, trademark, because they are going home to visit her family. The girl expects them to arrive at their tiny, dilapidated shack, but he makes like a hard left turn, and they end up outside of a giant mansion. And the story describes her siblings running around outside playing in the snow, which makes it seem like they're all children. But she's the youngest, so how the fuck old is this kid?
They're all just adults who have no problems.
Not anymore. They're just outside, like, rolling around, like, ah! They're 32 years old.
Listen. If I didn't have problems,
you'd be outside rolling around in the swamp.
I would be in the dirt right now, baby.
I just want to be in the dirt. Let me back in the dirt.
Plant me. Why won't anybody plant me?
Come on. I'm ripe for the planting. So this is a quote from the story that I thought was really weirdly sad. It says, "Everything was so pretty. 'Twas a joy to see." The "twas" kind of got me. It made me think of a Little Match Girl or Tiny Tim. Also,
Indeed.
she's a child. Now she's in a gold bikini. Like Leia.
And she has a Rolex on her wrist.
She has a Rolex on her ankle. So the bear reminds her about what he said. He says, like...
I'm just picturing someone checking the time. It's on their ankle. They're just like, oh, what's the time? Oh, okay.
No, they're not. Max just leaned over to look at her ankle awkwardly. I like to think of her lifting her leg like a cat.
What if you had to do like a rocket kick every time? What time
Woo!
is it?
4:30. Time for you to get a watch. So, the bear reminds her, what if that's what the Rockettes do? And, like, we're gonna get, like, an email that says, like, you stupid, uncultured bitch. I'm a Rockette.
And I have a Rolex on my ankle. It's how we train. We all have time blindness. We're all constantly asking each other what time it is. And that's how we stay ready.
That's how you stay ready. Anyway, can't wait to see that in the documentary about the Rockettes. The Rockumentary. So the bear, like, drops her off and he's like, hey, remember what I said? Talking to your mom is bad luck. And then he leaves. Yeah, she keeps telling. He tells her that constantly. It's bad luck to talk to your mom.
Sure.
You're going to make bad luck for, like, both of us. So, like, don't do that. So everyone is so happy and tearful at this reunion. Her father thanks her profusely for all that she's done for him, and they tell her all about their new lives, and it's like, you know, they're just so excited that she's there that they can tell her all about how nice their lives have been. Her mother is like, hey, let's go upstairs and talk alone. And she's like, oh, I can't, because she made a promise to her captor, and she's nothing if not suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. So... her mother does this a couple times. She's like, what if we just went upstairs? And she's like, no, I'd rather stay down here where everyone else is. Like, Mom, stop being weird. I don't want to be alone with you. And eventually, her mom tells her that a group of them were going to go upstairs for something super fun, and she should stop by. But when the girl got upstairs, she saw that the only person there was her mother, all dressed up and holding a rose. And her mom said, oh, they all had to cancel. I guess it's just us. Weird. And then she shrugged and pulled out her chair. This is not a personal story. It's not something that happened to me personally, and I am not bitter. It's just what happens in the story. So she finally is alone with her mom. It did. That's how I ended up dating that French guy for like 3 weeks.
Oh, I thought you meant with your mom.
No.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, my mom's never had to
trick
me into dating her. Never had to trick me. So... the girl eventually, now that she's, like, alone with her, she tells her everything. She tells her all the weird and creepy details she left out of the tales for the rest of the family. And she cries because she's like, I really like this man who comes at night. I really like him. The man who comes at night.
Hey.
You know? And she's really sad because she doesn't come at night.
Aw.
Like she should. No, but she's like, you know, I really like him, but, like, I'm sad because he keeps leaving before it's light enough for me to see what he looks like. And, like, I'm lonely in the castle, even with him for company, because there's only this bear who might be him. I'm not sure. And the mom tells her the bad news. She's fucking a troll.
Oh.
He's a troll. That was the only explanation for how weird this was. She was being trolled. And so she tells her that she has to figure out what this guy looks like. And that the mom says, I know exactly what to do. And she gives her a bit of candle. And she says, put that in your bra. Smuggle that back out to the castle.
Give me old waxy nipple.
Woo! And so when the man... Oh my god, I just imagined her using her nipple like a crayon. Anyway, we'll think about that later. When the man was asleep...
I would like to not.
No, we'll think about that later.
I don't want to.
We're going to think about that later, Max.
A group of friends and I are going to get together and think about that later, and you should come.
You should come. It'll be fun. Whoops, it's just me and you thinking about it. So, when she says when the man is asleep, the girl was to light the candle and look at his face, but be careful not to drop wax on him or he'd be super turned on and want to use wax play in the bedroom forever. Okay,
Sure.
So that's what she should do. The girl did as she was told, and she puts the candle in her bra.
Sure. In her bikini top.
In her bikini top to smuggle it away. And the white bear comes to take her away again. On the way back to the castle, the bear asks her, like, hey, did you talk to your mom alone? And she remembers that, unfortunately, she is George Washington and she can't tell a lie. So she says, yeah, I did. I talked to my mom. And he says, oh, okay, you stupid bitch. Listen, don't listen to any advice your mom gives you, okay? Because, like, listening to your mom's advice is bad luck. Everyone knows that. And she's like, oh, yep, sure.
I love the idea of using bad luck instead of feeling like it's a bad idea.
No,
like,
it's bad
luck. Don't put your cast iron pans in the dishwasher. It's bad luck.
Bad luck. Honestly, I am very likely to not listen to you if you tell me not to do something out of logic. I am the type of person that would work on. Like, my whole personality changes if I think something's going to bring me bad luck. That might be the OCD.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Listen, you have to get your car's oil changed at least every 10,000 miles or else bad luck.
It's bad luck.
It's bad luck.
It's at least every 3,000 miles, Max.
No.
Yeah.
You can stretch it to 10.
Yeah, but you said at least every 10. It's at least every 3.
At most. Wait, no. Wait. No, we're both saying the same thing, but we're using different linguistic.
No.
It's a semantics problem.
Okay, so she agrees. She said, I won't take my mom's advice. I would never do that. I know all about the bad luck. And that night, when the man comes to her room and falls asleep, she takes out the candle and she lights it and she looks at his face immediately. And good news, he's a stone cold Hemsworth. He's a fucking hottie. And
Nice.
She falls deeply in love with him, and she decides she loves him so much she has to lean down and give him a big kiss on his sleeping face. Like a creep. Now she's the aggressor. So, like, honestly, who's really at fault here? As she does this, 3 drops of wax fall onto his shirt, and they wake him up. He's like, ow!
My shirt.
No, God!
Got me right in the shirt.
And he cries out, what the hell? No, we're both so unlucky!
It's Ralph Lauren, you bitch.
This shirt is Gucci! And so, he says, if you had held out for a whole year, I would have been free!
Okay, but why wouldn't you just tell her that?
100%.
Every time! Every time it comes down to communication.
A minor explanation would be
just like, hey, what's
wonderful.
up? The man that's there at night, that's me. I'm only a man at night. The rest of the time, I'm a bear. The only way to fix it is if you don't look at me when I'm a man, no candles or anything like that for right here, and then I'll be a guy.
No candles, promise. Yeah, you say that, but it's like you've forgotten that explaining yourself is bad luck. So,
Listen, going to therapy is bad luck.
Bad luck, don't do it. So he explains that his stepmom had cursed him to become a bear. Okay.
Become a bear. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself turn into a bear.
Damn it, I was going to cut that part that I made the mistake on. Now I can't.
Because it's hilarious.
So he explains that his stepmom had cursed him. to become a big old bear by day and to become a man again by night. And that
What if she cursed him to be like he was a regular guy and she cursed him to be a bear during the day and a hot guy at night? Like a different guy.
Honestly, that would be a really good curse because
that would be hilarious.
At the end of this, if he does end up getting somebody to fall in love with him, like Beauty and the Beast style, he turns not back into the hot man they see, but into like a Danny DeVito. Honestly, you should be so lucky.
Danny DeVito was a treasure.
He's a treasure. Also a troll. He has a troll foot.
A trollsure.
A trollsure. Okay, so bear by day, man by night. If he could get a girl to live with him for a whole year, the curse would be broken. And this is unclear because the story doesn't explain it. There's like nothing about like fall in love or whatever. He just is like, you stupid bitch. If you hadn't seen my face, I could have been free. And I'm like, oh, you just had to get somebody to not try to look at your face. Maybe be less interesting.
Maybe don't climb into bed with her every night.
Maybe don't sleep with her every night.
Maybe wear a mask.
Yeah, maybe just...
Or like a big hat. Maybe grow a beard. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of solutions.
Face paint.
Oh my god,
Bad contouring.
Oh my god. She lights the candle, leans it in, and his face is painted like a juggalo. Horror story. So now
I wish I had any jokes about juggalos.
No, none. There's
Except
none.
that they're really nice people sometimes.
Yeah, but also the butt of every joke because of how they've decided to dress and act.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So now that the girl had been a stupid idiot, he had to go to his stepmom's castle. And she lived east of the sun and west of the moon. Max took a drink.
Sorry, I thought you were waiting for me to finish it. I was like, lived in a castle.
For the rest of her life. Okay.
Alone? I don't know.
Yeah, lonely. If she cursed her stepson to be a big old bear, she for sure has a bunch of big old bears keeping her company. Wouldn't you just want that? Anyway, so he has to go to his stepmom's castle, east of the sun, west of the moon. And there was a troll princess, quote, with a nose 3 L's long, and he'd be forced to marry her.
That's a lot of L's.
Okay, I've written this before. I wrote an article that never got published. Maybe I'll just do it. About a bunch of stuff with how Norwegian folklore describes trolls, and how, for sure, a lot of the trolls are just coded Jewish people. And I think that's, like, proven. Like, it's just coded Jews. I mean, of course, now that I say it's proven, somebody's going to come back and be like, no, it's not. What's wrong with you? There's no correlation. And how I also think that also applies to a lot of sentiment with colonizers and indigenous people. And this is the problem in Norwegian folklore, just right off the bat. But, like, having specifically this evil princess with this long nose, I think fits with that coded anti-Semitism that I don't appreciate, and I would like to mention it here. And I think that Norwegian folklore is guilty of this quite a bit.
I think, if nothing else, the existence of that iconography of trolls with big noses, even if it wasn't at the time anti-Semitic, I think that in the 20th century, like during World War II and stuff like that, it definitely led to, like, worse depictions in those areas and stuff like that, you know, where it was like, oh, here's this thing that you already recognize as bad, and here's this thing that we're convincing you is bad. Mm-hmm. Like, and now they look the same.
Yeah, 100%.
Which isn't, like, factually accurate or based in anything about, like...
No, not at all.
Actual fact, it's just, you know, anti-Semitism.
Like point that out. From here on out, she's called Princess Longnose.
Oh,
in
no.
In the story, that's her name. She's a troll. And she's bad. So just keep in mind, acknowledged. So he's going to be forced to marry Princess Longnose. The girl weeps and she begs him. Also, Princess Longnose has a name. She's the only one that's named. In this whole story. Unless you think White Bear is his name. So the girl weeps and she says, like, please don't go. And he says, oh, I have no choice. It's a curse. You brought bad luck and now I have to leave. And she says, okay, can I go with you? And he says, what? No, it's a curse. You can't come with me. I'm cursed.
And then she's like, it's bad luck not to bring me.
It's such bad luck not to bring me with you to your curse. And then she says, like, hey, can you tell me the way so that I can find you? And he's like, it's east of the sun and west of the... Those are the directions. You can't get there, you stupid bitch. And so he's like, it's hard to find. Especially considering the moon moves constantly, that fickle bitch. So the next morning, the girl wakes up to find that the prince and the castle are gone. She's lying in the middle of the woods on a little green patch. She's wearing her rag bikini that she journeyed there in the first time. And she cries and she cries and she cries. And then she stands up, wipes her eyes, and she starts her journey to find him. First, she comes across an old hag playing with a golden apple.
As you do.
And she says, like, hello, old hag. Greetings.
Rude.
Yeah. Do you know, have you ever heard of a castle that lays east of the sun, west of the moon? You know how I can get there? Is there like a bus that goes there? What do you think? And the old hag is like, I have no idea how to get there. By any chance, are you the one that's supposed to be with that prince that's cursed to marry Princess Longnose? And she's like, yeah, that's me. I'm supposed to be with him. We're like soulmates or whatever. I don't know. Yes. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, no, I don't know how to get there. But why don't you take my horse? And my horse will give you a ride to my next neighbor, and you can ask her. And then she says, quote, just switch the horse under the left ear when you get there, and beg him to be off home.
Just flick his ear?
Yeah, and then he'll be like, oh, okay, bye. Then go back home.
I would too.
And then as she's leaving, she says, oh, also take this apple. And she tosses the golden apple up to her. Good luck along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl rides a long, long time, and she comes across another old hag. And this old hag is brushing her hair with a golden comb. And this old hag is like, oh, I don't know. Are you that girl that's supposed to be with the prince? And she's like, yeah, it's me. Not Princess Longnose. Me.
Princess Regular Nose?
Princess Regular Nose.
Is that me?
With her sexy, sexy Dishrag bikini. And so she's like, okay, well, here, take my horse, go to the next neighbor, and ask them. Just switch the horse under the left ear and beg him to be off home when you get there. And she gives the girl her golden comb for good luck. And the girl rides on and on and on until she comes to a third hag, spinning on a golden spinning wheel. And I'm assuming, like, next to her, there's, like, this passed out little princess who's just, like, conked out and sleeping, and they ignore her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only context I have for golden spinning wheel.
Oh, that was a Sleeping Beauty joke, guys.
Wasn't a joke. Wasn't the story. You don't know. Better learn to read, you idiot. So this hag said the same thing and tells her to ride her horse to the east wind and ask him to tell her the way to the castle. And then she gives her the golden spinning wheel. And at this point, she's just like laden with spinning wheels are big.
Yeah.
And she's like holding it on her back. Anyway.
Isn't she riding the horse?
Yeah. But she's not going to be there forever.
So
she's
the horse is
lugging around. I guess so. So the east wind doesn't know either and takes her to his brother, the west wind, on his back. I only say that slowly because I accidentally said West Wing and Max made fun of me, and now I have to mention it because I said it slowly. Anyway. So the West Wind doesn't know either and takes her on his back to his stronger brother, the South Wind. And the South Wind carries her to their oldest, strongest brother, the North Wind. And if anyone could take her to this weird, far-off mythical place, it would be the North Wind. But the North Wind was wild and cross, and when they reached him to ask, he yells, quote, blast you both, what do you want? And the roar sent icy shivers across their faces and bodies, and the South Wind says, like, first of all, calm down. You're being very emotional. The actual quote is, well, you needn't be so foul-mouthed, for here I am, your brother, the South Wind. Popping by to say hi. Like, what's wrong with you? So the North Wind says, I know where the castle is, but the only time I've ever been there, the journey had tired him out so much that he hadn't been able to, like, blow or anything for, like, days. He had to just, like, rest. He had no energy. But if she's not afraid of dying, then sure, she could hop on his back and try. And she's like, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm very stupid. So she hops on his back. And they fly and fly and fly for many, many days, many storms and many cold nights. And this is a quote that I thought was beautiful. The North Wind got more and more weary, and so out of breath he could scarce bring out a puff, and his wings drooped and drooped, till at last he sunk so low that the crests of the waves dashed over his heels. And he asks her, are you afraid? And she says, no. And so then he's like, all right, well, good, because this isn't going to be nice. And he uses the last of his strength to hurl her off of his back and onto the shore. And she just goes like sprawling out onto the beach shore. But now she's made it. She's at the foot of a castle.
Wow.
On the edge of a cliff. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, she made it.
And then the North Wind just dies?
He has to stop and rest. He makes it to, like, the beach, too, and then he has to stop, and he can't do it. Do you want to see how... I'm stopping because Kay Nielsen illustrated the North Wind so weirdly hot.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I like these illustrations. Ooh, hello.
He looks like an anime character.
I follow an artist, Hyde Nikolaev. who does art that's very much like that. It's inspired by Greek mythology.
He's got, like, muscular, long, ropey thighs, and, like, he's very skinny, and he's huffing and puffing, so his, like, rib cage is all, like, expanded. He's got long arms and long hair. He's in, like, a power pose.
He looks like, Janey, you have to watch Castlevania. He looks like Alucard from Castlevania.
Yeah, and also he's riding on what looks like the wave, like the Japanese wave.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very cool illustration. We're going to post these in the Instagram.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
Okay, so she's finally at the castle, and she sits under one of the windows, and she begins to, like, play with the golden apple while she thinks about what she could do to get inside the castle. She's like, I can't just walk in. I'm naked, apparently. I'm wearing my rag bikini. And suddenly, Princess Longnose throws open a window and looks down at her, and she says, hey, what you doing? What are you holding? It's shiny. Is that an apple? Can I have it? Like, all of this. Like, she's just, like, entranced. And the girl is like, not for sale. She keeps playing with it. And she's like, okay, but I'm a princess. I can give you literally anything you want. Any amount of money. Just name it. I want it. And she's like, not for sale. I'm not selling this apple. It's my apple. It's very special to me. And Princess Longnose is like, name your price. I want the apple. Give me the apple. And she's like, okay. I'll sell this apple for one night with the prince that you're supposed to marry.
Why not just, why would you not just say, like, what, but for the whole prince? For the whole rest of forever?
Nope, I just want to see him. And Princess Longnose is like, okay, yeah. You can have him for tonight. Give me the apple. By the way, the golden apple is also very Greek mythology. So that night, the girl is brought into the prince's bedchamber. But no matter how much she cries and she begs him to wake up and she shakes him, he will not wake up. He is in a fast, like, cursed sleep. And the next morning, Princess Longnose throws her out of the castle. So she is sitting back down under the window and she's, like, devastated, but thinking, like, okay, it's fine. I still have time. And she takes out the golden comb and she starts to, like, comb through her hair with it. And then the same thing happens. Princess Longnose throws open the window and is like, hey, what you doing? What's that? It's shiny. Can I have it? Name your price. And she's like, okay, one night with your prince. And she's like, that's not creepy at all. Deal. And so she gives her the comb, and that night she goes into the prince's bedroom. But no matter how much she begs, and she cries, and she pleads, and she shakes him, and she says,
God.
Yeah, and she says, like, oh, my boob just slipped out of my bra.
Hope nobody wakes up and sees.
If you don't wake up soon, you'll miss it. Shake, shake, shake. He will not wake up. So that's how she knows he's not faking.
Why wouldn't she be like, a night with the prince where he is awake and conscious and able to speak to me?
No. He's under
Learn
sleep.
from your mistakes.
No, she doesn't. And I'll thank you kindly not to mention it again. So, and then it says, quote, as soon as the first gray peep of day came, then came the princess with a long nose and chased her out again. And the next day she sat out with her golden spinning wheel, her last bargaining chip. And the same thing happens. She says, one night with the prince.
Dumb dummy.
Honestly, the first and second time, you're like, okay, you had a theory, you tested it the next night. Don't continue to... That's the definition of insanity. She's insane. So she sells her last bargaining chip for a night with the prince, and she prepares for another night of disappointment. However, she's used to it. She's with him for many months. So, however, the past 2 nights, she wasn't actually alone with the prince. There just so happened to be some Christian tourists staying in the room next door to the prince.
But she's still alone in the room.
This is the quote. Christian folk who had been carried off thither. And that's all the information we're going to get. I'll thank you kindly. And they had heard her begging and praying in the other room, and they felt bad. So the next day, they told the prince all about it when he woke up and was like, going about his regular business thinking, I just had the best sleep of my life. And they're like, hey, there's this girl who keeps visiting you and screaming, I'm your true love. It's me. Look at my bikini. My boobs are out. She's just like, it's really weird and sad, and we're a little depressed. Also, we keep trying to peek in, and there are no holes in the walls. And so that night, so the prince is like, oh, I think I'm being drugged. I think Princess Longnose might be drugging me. That's not cool. And so that night, when she came to him with the, quote, sleepy drink.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop for a second here. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
So he was like, I've been cursed. I have to marry Princess Longnose.
Yeah.
And he was like, but I'm sure she's a good person. Like, the result of this, she just has a...
What do you mean?
Like, he's just trusting her already? He's like, I'm sure she wouldn't do anything.
I'm sure she wouldn't
to make
drug me.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even mention the worst part. Princess Longnose is a stepsister.
Oh, God. That is the worst part.
That's weirdly the worst part of this.
But, like, as far as he knows, she hasn't done anything to him. So, like, the result of the curse is just that he has to marry her and she seems fine.
But she's a troll and has a long nose. Ew, gross, right? Gross. Okay.
I'm starting to think that the prince might be even dumber.
Very dumb. Okay, so that night when she comes to him with the quote-unquote sleepy drink, he threw it over his shoulder instead of drinking it. He's like, yum, 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 and it splashes on the floor and nobody notices. And so when the girl came to see him that night, he was awake, and they were finally reunited. Aww. Max has hard eyes right now. You can't see it, but she loves this story. She hopes that she hopes the best for them.
I hope that they never procreate. I've never heard of story with people who are so bad at riddles. You should read offended at how bad at riddles
you should read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is exactly this story. It's just a retelling of this story. That's the first book. And there's a riddle. It's the stupidest riddle. It's like, what's stronger than anything? And it lives in your heart, and you feel it for another person. And when you get married, it's the thing that you have. It's like that. And she's like, I don't know. And like the whole book is her being like, what is something you say? And it's one of 3 words you say to people you feel fondly for. Like, it's like
spaghetti,
the stupidest spaghetti. I want spaghetti. So, anyway, you should read A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's very fun.
That sounds awful. I get so frustrated when people are bad at riddles. I get so frustrated by it, and this is so frustrating.
So, what's it called? Guys, read A Court of Thorns and Roses, please, and then message me every single detail about it. It's a
Just
whole...
send her a message that is the entire contents of the book.
It is a whole experience. Okay. So, they're finally reunited. He tells her, like, you came just in the nick of time. Tomorrow's our wedding day. But together, they could find a way out of it. So they hatched a plan. And then after they hatched that plan, they fucked all night long. And that is in the story.
What?
It says, quote, there was great joy and love between them all that night.
Ooh.
Yeah. Again, how old is she? So the next day, the wedding day, he told his stepmom that before he married the troll, he wanted to see what she was fit for.
She has to do the presidential fitness test.
She has to hang from the hanging bar for at least 3 minutes.
The Pastergram fitness test.
It's a multi-gram fitness test. So he says if she can pass the test,
if she can do at least 10 push-ups
and 12 pull-ups, that he would marry her. So the stepmother agrees for some reason. She's like, sure, there can be conditions on this curse I already gave you. And so he brings out his shirt with the 3 wax stains on it. And he says, I need my true bride to be able to wash this shirt. And he says, like, I've always said that I would only marry a woman who could wash a shirt. I always said that. Everyone can back that up. It's Googleable. And so Princess Longnose tries and tries and tries. She tries to wash this shirt. But the more she scrubs, the bigger the spots grow. It was almost as if the water that she used made the shirts even dirtier. It's really weird.
Guys, real talk, if this ever happens to you, the way that you get wax out of cloth is you take 2 paper towels and you put it on either side of the cloth, and then you use an iron.
And let's go ahead and open a drink during this.
You use an iron and you have the shirt sandwiched between 2 pieces of paper towel, and then you iron on top of the paper towel, making the wax melt and stick to...
Make that Maxwell!
You make the wax well and stick to the paper towels, and then you take the paper towels off and you put on new paper towels, and you keep doing that until all the wax is on the paper towels and not on the shirt. And then once it gets to be kind of just like a waxy stain, a lot of times you can use dish soap to get off the last remainders.
Wow. Nice. So you don't scrub with water like Longnose is doing.
No.
She's making it fully worse.
100%.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
This has been Laundry Facts with Max.
Nice. So eventually the stepmother curses her. The stepmom is like, you're so stupid, and then pushes out her way, and then it says, then the mother tried. Which is when we reveal that his stepmother is Princess Longnose's real mother, and she's cursing him to marry her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're step-siblings.
Wait, what?
I told you that's the worst part.
Who?
Princess Longnose and the prince. You thought I was talking about the girl. You thought they were all step-siblings somehow.
Yes. That's why my reaction was, ow.
Yeah, that would have been really, that's not as bad as what is actually happening, weirdly. We did it. So the mom pushes her out of the way to try, which also assumes that, like, she's now competing to be his new bride. Yeah, gross. But try as she might, the spots just grow bigger and darker. All of the troll women then line up to try to wash that shirt, and eventually it was so filthy it was unrecognizable. And finally he laughs and says, "Oh my god, nobody here can wash a shirt. Well, I guess I'm not getting married unless maybe somebody else could try. I don't know, like a non-troll, perhaps that girl I've never seen before, maybe she can try." And then the girl steps forward and she's like, I can try, perhaps. And then she takes the filthy shirt, and as soon as she touches it, the shirt touches the water. It became, quote, as white as the driven snow, which is pretty great. She doesn't do the iron trick, which I think is a real missed opportunity to be educational. So he announces that she was the only bride that he'd marry, and because she had proven herself to be of such a wonderful laundress, that the curse was broken, and he could decide this. At that, quote, the old hag flew into such a rage she burst on the spot, and then all of the other trolls burst.
Hate when that happens.
Pop. And then
oh, God.
they all popped.
I don't even want to say what movie this reminds me of, because spoilers for that movie, but...
Yes. Oh my god, yes, guys. Go on the Discord and tell us if you know the movie that we're talking about.
It's good. It's a good movie, and...
That's the only clue you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're totally right. That's hilarious. So now the prince and the now princess, because they got married, set free all of the Christian tourists. And then they take all of the gold and silver they can, and they left that castle that was east of the sun, west of the moon, as fast as they could.
What happened to the princess?
The end. She popped.
Oh, she also popped.
Yeah, all the trolls popped.
I thought as the only named character, her death would be mentioned.
No! And she is the only named character.
Wild.
Wild. Okay, so here's some notes. Again, this is a Norwegian fail. No.
Epic Norwegian fail.
This is a Norwegian fairy tale originally, and it was published in English in Andrew Lang's The Blue Fairy Book in 1890. It's ATU type 425, which
is it 5?
Wait, it was 5. Janey's birthday plus 2. ATU type 425 is the search for the lost husband, and included in this type are Black Bull of Norroway, Norroway.
Oh, like norovirus.
Norway. The Daughter of the Skies, The Tale of the Hoodie, and White Bear King Valamon. But White Bear King Valamon has hyphens in between every word.
Isn't that from, what is it? House of the Dragon? Isn't he in that?
White Bear King Valamon. I really want to read Tale of the Hoodie.
That's gotta be...
A modern tale?
Yeah.
I gotta find it. The Swedish version of this is called Prince Hat Under the Ground. I want to read that one too.
Plant my hat.
No one will plant me. So the story has its origins. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. As I have mentioned before on this podcast, but many times on my own lives, I really don't like the mythological figure of Eros. I think he's the big bad. I think 90% of all the terrible things that happen in Greek mythology, which there's a shit ton of terrible things that happen in Greek mythology, which what makes it so interesting, to be honest. But it's like there's a lot of tragedy, and there's a lot of women being brutalized and discarded, and that's like basically all of Greek mythology, and all of most mythology, from like every culture. But Eros is the big bad. He's the reason why anything happens, because he's a character that has roofy arrows, and he gets to use them whenever he wants. So that's fun.
It sounds like a really bad anime that the god Eros has arrows. That's like a dumb...
It's stupid. I don't like Eros. Again, like I never have. I think he uses his powers for evil. And then he has a whole mythology where he gets a love story with a human girl who is, she's described as being adored by many but loved by none. And she's like incredibly lonely, and she's incredibly like hated for her beauty, and he gets her undivided attention and her like love, like her complete love. And so I don't like the tale of Eros and Psyche for that reason, because I don't think he deserves. It's like if we gave fucking Brock Turner an epic Hallmark movie, you know? Like, it's like, what? How is he
Yeah.
the main character in this love story?
That's fair.
That's how I feel about it. So essentially, this is the same tale, and I think the Norwegian tale was inspired, 100%, it was inspired by the tale of Eros or Cupid and Psyche, which I believe comes from Ovid's Metamorphosis, but don't quote me on that.
In what situation would I possibly quote you on?
Please don't quote me. Just stop quoting me. On the
Stop
cover
quoting me.
On the cover of your essay that you're writing. So, in the story of Eros and Psyche, instead of having a Princess Longnose, Aphrodite is there, and she gives Psyche tasks to complete so that she can prove she is worthy of Eros's love. Eros, the date rapist, his love. So both of these stories have more than one thing in common, though. The overall theme, though, is that women who are curious will get punished. You know, her curiosity. And also, Eros tells Psyche in the myth that love cannot live without trust, but it's always the man who has, like, the big secret to hide. And it's always on the woman to just accept and trust that and not ask questions. And so we have all of these myths and these folktales of women who are like, actually, that's not normal for me to not see your face, for you to sneak in and fuck me and then leave. Like, that's actually kind of not romantic or nice at all. You know, like, you plucked me out of my life and you took advantage of my family's poverty. I should be able to see who the fuck is in my bed. And then she's punished, and the whole, like, this whole story is about her having to prove that she is worthy. Which I think is very annoying. And that's also the whole story of Eros and Psyche, is that Psyche has to be like, I'm so sorry, I should have never questioned you. You're right, and you're a beautiful god, and you deserve all my love and attention. And it's like, or he had no reason to hide it. He wasn't under a curse. He could have told you from moment one and decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
And now his mom gets to punish you?
Yeah.
Anyway. And that's how I feel about these stories. It's kind of along the same lines of, like, you saying, how come men who disguise themselves get laid and women who disguise themselves get horrifically abused?
Yeah. I think the first version of Eros and Psyche that I read, which I actually think I like more than the version that you're describing, was kind of like Eros's origin story a little bit, where it was like, this is one of the first things, like, when he was very young, this is like his kind of, you know, and it was, the story didn't end with Psyche, like, having to prove herself and redeem herself. It was kind of like the same myth type as, like, when I think Zeus shows himself to one of his partners, she, like, Hera comes to her and is like, you know, how can you trust him if you don't know what he really looks like? You should tell him to show you his true form. And then she's like, Zeus, show me your true form. And he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. And she's like, no, you have to show me or I don't trust you. And then he does, and she is evaporated. Just disintegrates. It's kind of a similar thing, that the myth that I've heard, where she, in the middle of the night, takes the candle, looks at Eros's face, sees him for a moment, and then, like, the purity of his beauty and godliness, just,
that actually
dissolves.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then the rest of his life, he is, like, kind of a love god, but in a way of being, like, you know, kind of, like, vengeance driven, where he's like, nobody deserves this. Like, I lost the one person that I loved, and so I hate this now.
Well, and that gives him more of the villain arc that I also think we see in Athena, which we're not going to get into this right now, but I always thought Athena's villain arc starts with the story of her and Pallas, and how she was tricked into murdering her best friend. So, like, that would be more interesting, except that the end of the Eros and Psyche myth is that she fulfills tasks by Aphrodite. She has to get the golden fleece. She has to go down and get perfume from Persephone. She has to, like, do a bunch of stuff. It's so stupid.
Yeah, the version that I'm referencing was in, like, a kid's Greek mythology book,
which
or
would
something
be
like
much better.
Yeah,
if it ended there. I agree. Oh, there's coughing in the back. So I think that's my cue to end this very long story.
Well, it was a very good story, and thank you for telling me it.
So much. Are you ready to tell us your very short story?
I am ready to tell you my very short story.
Oh my god, the little cherry on top. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right, Janey.
All right, Max.
So the story that I have for you today is called The Old Portrait by Huma Nisbet. He's an Australian author, and this is a short horror story.
Ooh.
From 1890. He was a painter and an author, and a lot of his stories are horror stories set in the Australian outback, which is fascinating. And I'm going to read, I'm going to get one of his collections of short stories because that sounds amazing. I'm sure it's not going to be as cool as it sounds, but a lot of horror stories set in the Australian outback. But he's also a classically trained painter, and he was doing portrait paintings as he was writing and everything, part of his life's work. So this story called The Old Portrait, I spent like 2 hours, I would say, today trying to come up with a story, because we've done a lot of like winter-centric stories, and I was like, this is going to come out like close to New Year's. I want to do like
you wish you would have
story.
saved Frost.
I really do. I knew it then too, but I couldn't not tell that horrible story.
The story that haunts my dreams.
So I have like a lot of them are very similar to stories that we've told in the past, and I was like, I'm not just going to retell one. So I found this story, and it is it's not really like a Christmas story or a winter story or anything like that, except that it happens on New Year's Eve or on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. So it's like Die Hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Addams Family.
Mm-hmm, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing today, and this is going to be a harsh tone shift, because again, this is kind of like this is late for being a Penny Dreadful, so it's not actually a Penny Dreadful, it's just a little short horror story from 1890.
Oh my god, a little treat.
Little treat, little spooky, pretty good, pretty excited about it. Here we go.
Good.
So, the narrator of this story tells the story to us, and he explains at the outset, he says, as a hobby, I like to restore old picture frames. Mm-hmm. So he like goes to like flea markets, and he gets these old paintings in picture frames and everything. And then a lot of times he'll, get rid of the painting and restore the picture frame, and then he'll stretch a new canvas across the frame and paint something new in it.
Nice.
Which is honestly very relatable for me. That seems like something I would do, like restoring old picture frames. And also this story goes really deep into like what cleaning supplies he's using, and I'm like, this is for me. This is for me personally.
Great.
So
I like the idea that this would be like 1890s Pinterest.
Yes,
that's what this is.
Yeah, I've been having a rough couple of weeks, and I've been watching a lot of those videos of like people restoring old aluminum toys and stuff from like 1910, where they sandblast it and then they like repaint it and like. Yeah, and that's, anyways, that's just who I am as a person. They're very soothing.
Yeah.
So it's a week before Christmas, and he is out and about, and he sees this really beautiful frame. Like it's hand carved and everything, but it's also like disgusting, right? It's covered in dirt and grime, and the picture in it, he can't even tell. It has like the vague shape of like a portrait, like a human picture.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's so like grimy that he can't tell who it's supposed to be or like what gender they are or anything like that. Like it's just like completely obscured. But he picks it up for very cheap because it's in such bad condition, and he brings it home with him. And of course, this is the week leading up to Christmas, so he's busy. He has his social obligations and everything. He doesn't really think about this portrait that he's brought home. He has it like set with its face against the wall for the week leading up to Christmas while he's busy and everything. Mm-hmm. But on Christmas Eve, he decides to stay in. He's like, I'm very tired. Christmas is tomorrow. I think I'm just going to spend some time. And he decides to take another look at this portrait that he's picked up.
Yeah.
So he takes out this portrait and he sets it up on his easel. And he starts to clean it. He has a bucket of soapy water and a bucket of water and a sponge. And he's just going in and cleaning this picture frame. And as he's doing it, he's trying to get like the larger portion of the dirt off of the picture itself as well, because the man who sold it to him offered to cut the portrait out, but he was like, I'm like, it's
I can do that.
Yeah, it's like also it's like not worth it. Like I'll just see what's underneath and that's fine.
Yeah,
like just purely for curiosity's sake, and it might inspire what I'm going to put in it later and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So he's cleaning this frame and the picture inside, and the portrait starts to clear, and it's this figure of a man. Like an older man who is he looks like a swollen boil. He's like one of those like ruddy faced, like just like he's wearing like a coat that's like stretched across and everything, and he has these big like sausage fingers, and he has all these like rings and pins and everything all over of gold, and the portrait itself is of the worst possible quality. Like it's like it doesn't. It's
this person hated the man he was painting.
Yeah, it's like representative at best, but it's like a lot of the detail went into all of these like accoutrements of wealth and everything. Like really a lot of detail and attention paid to like his big gaudy jeweled rings and everything like that. But like all in all, it's very like
poor quality
portraiture. The narrator is honestly kind of offended at this. He's like, he painted this and then he gave this to the guy, and the guy was like, cool,
and
good.
Then threw it out immediately.
So he's finally revealing this painting and everything like that, and he's like, well, this is bad. There's really nothing I can do with this. So he's cleaning this portrait, realizes it's kind of gross, but he cleans it up to the best of his ability. He cleans off the frame, and it's beautiful, you know, it's like this beautiful hand-carved frame and everything like that. He sort of like does a last wash on it. He goes through an entire packet of powdered soap, and he has to change his water 12 times to get all the grime off of this painting and this frame and everything, and it's disgusting.
But also satisfying.
Yeah, so satisfying.
You just know that you would have such a fun time with this.
Oh my God. And so he kind of does a last wash on it, and he sets it up on his easel and gives it a second to dry so he can kind of take stock of the pictures. And he's kind of looking at it, and he sees, like, in the firelight, he sees, like, a silhouette under the paint. And he looks closer, and he realizes that this portrait was painted on top of something else.
Okay. What could be worse than this Boyle man?
So he goes over and he gets his more like detail-oriented supplies. He gets his turpentine and his wine spirits and his Dishrag Bikinis.
He's like, I found these in the trash too, near a castle. Super weird.
And he starts to like really carefully clean away this top portrait, like taking off all of this low quality paint and everything like that, scraping away until he can see what's underneath. And this takes him like a long time. Yeah. Like this is hours of work, like with a paintbrush and with a sponge and with these rags and everything, trying to get to what's underneath. But he's just curious at this point. It's not like he has anything better to do, right? You know, this is just a fun little project for him, which again is very relatable. So after a very long, very slow process, he once again sets the painting up on the easel, and he sits back to take stock of his work, and he fills his pipe and he lights it. And what is revealed underneath, he kind of is like, once again, truly pissed off that this person not only pretended to pass themselves off as a painter, which they are an insult to the entire like
painting community.
every painter that's ever lived, but like the fact that they deigned to cover up this artwork is horrifying, because he's looking at this portrait that is masterfully done. He compares the style to the portrait artist Jean-Baptiste Moroni. And I have a picture here of a portrait done by Jean-Baptiste Moroni, just so you can get an idea of the style.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, like very, very detailed.
Weirdly empty, the background, right? Like,
yeah.
With this style, you're used to seeing so many decorations and stuff like that, and it is like stark.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the depth of the fabric and stuff like that, this is beautifully done.
It really is. You could tell what fabric that is. Like a satiny, like just gorgeous.
Yeah. So just like he compares it to the work of Moroni. He's like, this is beautiful portraiture. And like what he says is, this bungler of the brush had covered and defiled a work as far beyond his comprehension as the clouds are to a caterpillar.
Oh, whoa.
Scalding burn.
Wow, burn on caterpillars. You know, they can't help that.
Their eyes are very small, and their brains are even smaller.
They're babies.
They're doing their
You're making
best.
fun of babies.
So the portrait that he sees underneath is just a beautifully, masterfully painted portrait of a woman, a young woman, but of indeterminate age. She has very, very pale skin, and she's wearing this dress of like velvet, what's the word? Brocade velvet and satin, and it's all black. And she has pale, pale skin to the point that she looks a little bit sickly. And she has like this thick, thick black hair that is pulled over her left shoulder so that the right side of her neck is showing and everything.
Sexy.
Yeah, she has kind of a she has like a smaller upper lip and like a pouting lower lip that are like slightly parted.
I also have a small upper lip.
They're slightly parted so that you can just see the tips of her teeth inside of her mouth and everything, which contributes to this idea of an expression of, what was the word that they used?
Brocade.
Intent. She has a very intent expression on, which like the parted lips, and she has these. Stop.
I'm trying to do the look.
No. It's a bad look. And she has these dark, dark eyes that, again, she's very, very pretty, but her skin looks like dull, and her eyes look like hungry almost.
Oh.
Like they're like voids.
Yeah.
These like dark, dark brown eyes and everything that don't have like any sparkle to them or anything like that.
What's his name? Ben Barnes. He has those eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I don't fully trust him. Like, there's nothing in those eyes. It's very unnerving.
And she, again, is like very pale, like almost bloodless. So her lips that he's like, she would have like a beautiful face if not for the fact that it's so like pale and sallow and everything. And this like long hair and everything. The background is almost negligible. He can see kind of like the cloudy outlines of shapes, but for the most part, all he can get is like general gray and the suggestion of a huge space behind her, as though like she's in a church or something like that. So he's looking at her, and he can't help but think that she looks like she's like dead.
Yeah.
Like, because she's so pale and everything like that. And he looks closer at the frame and everything. And now that it's kind of dried and he's looking at the firelight, he thought that there was like scroll work of flowers and fruits and everything across the frame that had been like hand carved.
Yeah.
And as he's looking closer, he realizes that it's not flowers and fruit. It's worms and snakes and bones.
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah. So he's looking at this painting, and he starts to feel nervous. He's like, he says, like, if you had suggested that I was like a nervous person, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah.
But being alone in the house, I like found myself thinking about, there's no one else in the house. The janitor's gone for the weekend. It's just me and this painting. And he begins to wish that he had done this during the daytime, because now it's getting close to midnight on Christmas Eve. And he feels like it's eerie.
Yeah.
Like it's like she's looking at him in a menacing way almost. And he begins to feel more and more anxious, and he's just looking at this portrait, and he can't stop looking at her eyes. And he feels like as he's looking into her eyes, something is being taken from him. Like she's holding him in place. And so he just sits there, and he forgets about his pipe. He lets it burn out and everything. And he's just sitting by the fireplace looking at this painting as though he can't move until finally he falls asleep from exhaustion. He dreams that he is still looking at the painting, and this woman steps out of the painting.
Ooh, Samara from the Ring.
Yeah, exactly. She steps out from the painting and comes closer to him. And again, she has this almost menacing emptiness to her eyes and everything. And she steps close to him, and she leans over him with her hair in a huge dark cloud around both of them. And she kisses him, and he is breathing, and it feels like she's like breathing in the air that he's breathing out until he can't breathe. He feels like lightheaded.
Dementor's kiss.
And he feels like the energy leaving his body. And it's, again, she's beautiful. He's having a great time. But at the same time, he's
it's fun to watch, but not fun to experience.
He...
like kissing Ben Barnes.
Much like. And so, like, and then he starts to feel himself getting weaker and weaker. And he gets the feeling that, like, she's taking something from him, and he feels her beginning to become warmer and everything. And he realizes suddenly that he's on the brink of death. He's like, if this goes on any longer, I'm going to die. And so with the last vestiges of his strength, he pushes her away, and in the process wakes himself up. First thing he does, he looks over at the clock. It's 12:30. It's been about half an hour. Yep. It's been half an hour, and the picture is still sitting on the easel. Frame, picture, everything exactly as he left it. Except now, the woman in the painting, her cheeks are flushed, and her eyes have a dark sparkle. And as he looks closely, he sees that her bottom lip is slick and red with blood.
Ew. Ugh.
So in a panic, he takes his scraping knife and he cuts the picture out of the frame and he shreds it and he crams all of the shreds of this painting into the stove and he watches them burn. He says that he never found a suitable subject to paint, although he kept the frame.
I mean, yeah, it's a badass frame.
He describes it as a vampire painting. This is a vampire story.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And also terrifying.
Terrifying.
So good.
This is a really cool, just vampire short story.
Yeah.
I have been trying since we started the podcast to find really good werewolf and vampire stories that are like...
That's a really good one.
Self-contained in a way that like I don't have to go into the whole mythos and all that kind of stuff. And it's been
also
really hard.
well written because a lot of the material you have to work with are like...
Yes.
Are Victorian stories and they write with a sentence that is a page long.
Yeah, they're paid by the word. So.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I have a passion project that I'll do someday of abridging Varney the Vampire, which is an old Penny Dreadful, which is one of the first depictions of a vampire who is like a self-loathing vampire who's like, it's bad that I'm this. But yeah, I really like the hot Christmas vampire. I just wanted to tell
Merry
the story
Christmas.
of the hot Christmas
It's a vampire.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that was delightful. Also, I think that might have been our first Australian story we've ever done on this podcast.
Possibly.
Yeah. So, Australia, stop fucking complaining that we never think about you. Oh, no, we finally did it. I don't know why I'm picking
It's like,
on Australia.
well, are they a continent or a country?
Blah.
Make
Tell
a
us
choice.
in the comments.
They're both.
Let us know.
I can tell you right
let
now
us
in real
know.
life that they're
we
both.
would both like to know. Just go
Okay.
on the Discord and start a poll. Continent or country? Is it an island? Who knows?
Yes.
No one does. So, guys, if you would like to hang out with us, join the Discord. Or go
come to our house.
or come to our home. No, you're not invited. We just did a vampire story. I know the drill. You're not invited to our home.
Totally unrelated, but I did just want to throw this in. I watched 3,000 Years of Longing last night, and it's really good. It's a story of a woman and a djinn, and she is not quite a folklorist, but is basically a folklorist. And so it's her conversation with a djinn that she has released from a bottle, and she like knows the rules, and it was delightful to watch.
And the actor?
It's Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton.
I mean, watch it just for that.
Watch it just for that. But really fun to see someone who knows the rules of fairy tales in a fairy tale, basically.
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah, really good.
That is fun. Okay, so hot tip. Go watch 3,000 Years of Longing. Okay, yeah, go to our website, www.sortofthestory.com, and contact us on there. Go follow our socials and rate us. Leave us a little review. Did you like this? Did you get haunted by your pictures? Are you looking for directions to a castle that east of the sun, west of the moon? Let us know. And a big shout out to
Keith.
Come home.
Keith. Keithy.
Keith can bend his
Keither.
joints in the other direction. Like
That's a fun fact.
quadruple jointed.
Yeah. It's a really cool party trick. If you guys see Keith, you should ask him to show you sometime. Keith, we think it's really cool.
We both think that's cool, and not one of us thinks it's creepy. It's a little it's unnerving. Okay. Goodbye.
And that's it. Bye, guys. I was on Twitter and I've been blocking all of the accounts that post promoted tweets.
Yeah.
So I'm getting more and more obscure promoted tweets. And I just got one that is like a clickbait article that says rare uses of olive oil that you may not have heard of before today. And then it has like a WikiHow illustration of a woman, I think using the outside of a lime to rub olive oil into her face.
That's what it looks like.
And then another illustration of like someone's stomach with like stretch marks, and there's just arrows pointing at the stomach, presumably to put the olive oil on
I
it.
saw that J-Lo was like, they were like, so what plastic surgery have you done to remain looking like you? Like you do. Like the unnatural, young, like fresh-faced beauty. What do you do? And she was like, nothing, just olive oil. And they were like, what?
What do you do with it? Do you rub it on your face with the outside of a
puts
lime?
it on the Botox needle to let it slip in a little smoother.
And then Gothic Pirates, which is one of the folks on our Discord, sent a screenshot of a promoted thing that they got on YouTube that says Big Pharma Secret. And it has a picture of like an old woman from the 1800s, and it says, extended her life up to 117 years. And then underneath of it, like a testimonial quote, death has forgotten me. Your sleeping pose determines how many years you are going to live. You can cha.
You can cha.
You can cha. Death has forgotten me.
No. Come back, death. Ooh.